Hi everybody, it's Gail from Cards and Stuff with Gail, and I thought I'd just show you quickly how I made this card for the latest challenge that I entered. The challenge was patterns, so I have used an old masking technique or an old mask as the background for my pattern. I have no idea where this mask came from, but I will find it eventually. Alright. I have just made a very simple card, made up mostly of scraps that I had in my little scrap box, and some ink blending, a couple of die cuts and a couple of flowers. Very, very simple. It's a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card, but you could make it any size you want. So that's my card. So the first thing I started with was the ink blending, and I always use a bigger piece than what I need. And I just place the mask evenly over the sheet of basic white, if I can get it straight, and a little bit of masking tape. I hope that's straight. Whoops. Oh, I'll just pick that up. Alright, I've got one here, so I can attach it to that. Yep, I think that's straight. And just closing around the edge. That panel is 4 inches long, so I made my piece that I'm going to ink blend on. I think it's 5.5. I just made it extra long. I'm actually going to make this card the opposite colours to see what it looks like. This is Coastal Cabana and Highland Heather, so I'm going to reverse everything for this card because I just want to see what it looks like in the opposite colours. Ink blending, and I've done it as like darker, the ombre effect, where it's darker down the bottom and it goes lighter and lighter up the top. So I'm just going to start going over the whole piece. I'm hoping it doesn't shift. And the bottom I will just keep going over darker and darker. Takes a little while. You can either go back and forward. Alright, we will be trimming this down, so I always pick the best bits, best part of it to trim it down. I'm just getting lighter as you go to the top. A little bit more. You want it to be a dark to light gradually. And I can flip it and have a look, and that's looking pretty good. I might just give it a bit more down the bottom, and that's all there is to it. Like I said, this stencil, this mask was one of the very first ones I bought, so I really don't know. I'd have to go through all my old catalogues to find it. And there's my little piece all ready to trim down. So I trimmed that down to 4 by 2.5. I'll grab the trimmer. And I'll just pop that out of the way. Up the right way might help. So we want 4.5, so we want the piece to be 4 and it's 5.5. So I'm just going to snip the bottom bit off where the tape was. And I'm pretty certain I need a new blade in my trimmer. The edges are getting all frayed. Alright, so this one's going to be 5.25. So, oops, it's already 5.25. Alright, so we're going to have to snip the middle bit. So we want 2.5. Make it any size you want. It's just what I decided. And there's our nice little ombre pattern ready to mount on some piece of Highland Heather on the background. Okay, I've got glue, I've got find some glue. Just attach that. I hope you can see that. Oh, it's a little bit longer. It's a tiny bit longer than the Holland Heather, so I'm just going to snip that a bit. And just straighten that. Alright, so that's the first piece that went on the card. We'll just attach that. I hope these colours, it should look alright. I'm just doing the reverse of the original colours I used. Alright. I've got a scrap of basic white, and this one's got the Tasteful Textures embossing on it. This one I used the subtle. They were just scraps I found in my box, so I just used them. Sometimes I use tape, sometimes I use glue, depends on if I want it to sit completely flat. I use a mixture of both. Alright, and I just popped it down up there. Next, I've got my little pieces. I do things a very strange way. I just put a little bit of tape on the bottom of my die cuts until I get them in a position where I want them. A little bit, I can then still move it. Just a little bit. Right, and then I can finish gluing it down after. Oops. And then we've got one Coastal Cabana flower. A little bit of glue in there. It's an odd sort of flower, this one. Alright, so that'll be one flower. And then I've got the other one for up there, and I've got all my centres. And I just pop them up with a mini dimensional. So I popped one in there, one in the centre of that one. And one in there. So that one will go there, that one will go there, and then I've got the last one, which I'll need to bring this back in again. The other one was ink blended. The last one I just did a little bit of ink blending. So I'll grab my Coastal Cabana again. These are a little bit tricky. And I kind of just brushed it out to the side. Start from the centre and come out. Just a light blending. It just makes the flowers a little bit different, so they're not all solid colours. There's the bottom. And there's the top. Oops. Oh, and that one's done. Bit of glue. And pop that top flower on. Another mini dimensional in the middle. Now the flower centre, and let's see what it looks like. And then that will go there like that. Put that down there. I'll put the flowers on. I actually didn't put ribbon on this one, but that's okay. You can always add that. Pre-stamp my little sentiment. I popped that up with dimensionals, the larger ones. Oh dear. So that went on first, and then everything went around it. I'll just pop that down there. Go straight. Oh. Alright, and then the flowers went on. That looks alright, doing the reverse colours. Let's put a blob. And put the other one on. Oh, might do it up that way. And then the baby one. One of the things I do is to pop them up a bit. So I just use my paper piercer to pop the sides up a bit. I don't like things totally flat on the card. Alright, that one goes there. That one goes there. And then, if you want to, I just carefully lift it up and just put a couple of dabs of glue. Doesn't need to be totally everything glued, just part of it. And that will sit down, and the same with that one. Right. And the last thing I added, these adhesive back sequins and gems. I don't know how long I've had these. I think I've had them for a while. I used purple on that one. So we'll see what colour. I'll either use the pinky ones. I think the pink ones. And as always, I do things in threes. I'll whack one down there. And another there. Yeah, if I add a fourth one, it throws me off. I don't know why. And that's it. That's all there is to making that card. So it just depends on which way. You can mix all the colours up. And that's it. That was all there is. The only thing I forgot to do was wrap that bit of ribbon around that, but I actually couldn't find any in a Highland Heather colour. But that's it. I just want to show you quickly how I put that card together. That's all I have today. It's been a while since I've actually done a video, so I hope you enjoyed this, and I will chat to you soon. Bye.